Hey, everybody, and welcome to That's a Mouthful. We thank you for joining us for this special Election Day episode. It's not actually Election Day. Election Day is tomorrow, but we just want to remind you that you need to get out and vote. It's very important that you get out and vote, that you make a plan. I think that's the most important. Make a plan because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Uh, you know,
We're
have a
not
set
telling you who
plan.
to vote for. We're not trying to say who to vote for.
I'm going to tell you who to vote
No.
for.
If
You
you follow us, you probably know which direction we're going here. But
He
most
wants to vote
importantly,
for Mr. Donald J. Trump. No, everyone, we both want you to vote for Kamala Harris.
but most importantly, want you to vote. It's your right.
Yes,
And even if you don't, think about somebody who can't vote and do it for them. Because only a few generations ago, our mothers and sisters couldn't vote, you know. And a lot
yeah,
of our friends couldn't vote or wouldn't have been recognized as equals. And
mhm.
even in our own country, in a lot of ways, sometimes we're not even seen as equals. But one place we are equal is the ballot box. So
Yeah.
throw
I
that
think
vote in.
as a part of making those plans, also, if you have any friends or you have any family or you have neighbors around, um, check with them, see if they have a plan, because we need to get as many people as possible to make their vote count. And so, like, if you need to, like, drive your neighbor, if you're able to do that, or your friends or your family, get them there also because it's important. There's a lot of things. If you've not been paying attention, which I hope most of our viewers have been paying attention, I think you have, but it's very important. There's a lot of things on the line in this election, obviously, with Supreme Court justices, trans rights, and a whole list of other things that are on the agenda. I think it's also important. I actually just saw a TikTok a few weeks ago talking about this girl, and she was like, basically wanted to say, she was like, I was a Bernie bro, and in 2016 I decided that I was not going to vote. And I thought, because you know I felt that neither candidate was great. And she basically then now is making this video with, in hindsight and everything that happened, and she was like, I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, I didn't think that Hillary was gonna be as liberal as I wanted, or this and that. But guess what? Had she gotten elected, she would have chosen three Supreme Court justices. Trans rights would probably not be where they are now, being harmed. And so she was like, I made a mistake. And I think it's important for you, if you are out there and you are feeling that Kamala Harris isn't perfect and there are certain things that you don't like. And so a lot of times in this election season, it's going to be on Israel and Gaza and that whole situation. It's important to remember that those are the only options, and that your vote does matter, and your vote does matter in predicting the future for a lot of people in marginalized communities. And so while Kamala Harris might not be perfect, and you might not agree with her on a lot of things, I do believe that for most people, if you look, you're going to align with her a lot more than you're going to align with Trump. And so it's better to get a little bit of what you want, or prevent things from backsliding a ton. That's where we are. And we can all dream and think of these great ideals that we would have wanted. But I thought that was a good TikTok of this girl speaking her mind, and the decision that she had made in the past, and the decision that she was hoping that others would make in the future, that they wouldn't make that same mistake, and then in 4 years regret a decision that they made, whether it's deciding just not to vote or voting for a third party. I
Yeah.
think it is important to remember those marginalized communities, especially also if you were in New York or LA, and obviously your vote, I don't want to say doesn't matter, but we're really talking about those swing states. And so just get out, vote. And also, I should say, this isn't also about just the president. There's all House members are up for election,
Right.
senators, in many places are up for election in Texas. Guys, you have a chance tomorrow to get rid
Yeah,
of Ted
no
Cruz, and
kidding.
it's very, very
Uh,
close. And if you didn't see the debate a few weeks ago, like he was demolished, come on, guys, you can do it. It's
we can
super, super
finally get rid of
close.
him. I mean, I don't even live in Texas anymore, but I still get his emails, and I've responded to them a couple times. I'm like, "You're literally the worst person. You're just the worst person."
Yeah, like, come on. And also there's a lot of like state elections happening and city
Yeah,
things because remember city stuff matters. Those small elections matter. Uh a school board stuff matters. So wherever you are, guys, get out and vote, make the plans, call your friends, call your neighbors, and hopefully next week we can come back and we'll be
oh god.
happy, Matt.
Are we gonna have an election party? Like, are we gonna are we gonna
Ah,
do this live?
you know what, Matt? I don't know because in 2016 we were having an election party at the house and no one had arrived yet. But by that point, Florida had gone to Donald Trump and things were not looking great. And then our uh, lesbian friends showed up to the door and they were all excited. They hadn't heard anything and they had champagne and everything. And they were like, jovial, we're going to get Hillary elected. And they came in and it was not good. I think they left early because I was having anxiety panic attack. I left the room and I went and laid in bed until the world was just a disaster.
Yeah,
But guys, we're going to think
we're gonna
positively
be positive.
and guys, because basically I just want Kamala Harris to be the first female president, and I love her so much. And yes, she can be better on a lot of different things, but she is really funny. She's down to earth. She can cook. She has
Well, I think
taste.
most importantly, she's more relevant to what's happening in the world. Any of the laws and everything that are impact, like she could help sign in or side with, because the president isn't a be all end all. But I think she has a better chance of energizing a base, but also maybe a better chance I think she has the best chance to take advantage of even the conservative people who are just sick of Donald Trump, and things aren't getting done. We're a massive country. It takes a lot of time for a lot of things to get done due to checks and balances. But I think there's obviously the gap between left and right, whatever, but there's another gap on the other side between the right and Trump, and they've broken off into this like extreme ultra group. And I think she has the best chance of it's never going to be united because that's just not how things work. But at least creating a more professional working relationship to truly put the country first, as far
Yeah,
as like making real laws that could actually help everybody, making laws to help everybody rather
just to
than
get
targeting.
basic stuff done, as in
Well,
recently with the hurricanes in Florida and
I specifically
Republicans in
mean
charge of the House, they didn't come back to get help with money. Like we
well,
just
what I
need like
specifically mean is that these making laws that help everybody rather than hateful laws that target minority groups or do nothing but like cause a backslide for a small percentage of the population. And I'm like, you're targeting the small percentage of the population to saying to protect the children. I'm like, what are y'all fucking protecting? Like, what's like my favorite thing is in Texas, it's always we got to fix what the Democrats broke, and Republicans have run Texas for like 30 years. They haven't had a Democratic governor since like 1995 or something. And
yeah,
I'm like, well, it's so if anything's broken, it's you and your multiply indicted Ken Paxton, Attorney General, who somehow escaped all charges because people in charge of him were like, oh, he's fine. Thanks, Governor
yeah,
Abbott, dick.
yeah,
Um, anyway,
yeah,
so we'll
guys.
see
So
into
and
what where are we at? Well, tomorrow's election day. We'll know. Well, we'll know soon.
yeah, I hopefully we'll know tomorrow night. Yeah, hopefully. And when you're making plans, calling your friends, call if you have any friends in other states, especially those swing states or family in those swing states. Make sure that they also get out and vote because it's obviously very important. But I would also just say only get them out to vote if they're going to vote for Kamala Harris. Um, We don't vote for that man.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We will see you next week, and hopefully we'll have good news. And
Hopefully some good news.
yeah, until then, everyone. Bye, and happy
Mm.
election day.
So much anxiety.
Thank you for tuning in to That's a Mouthful. If you loved what you heard today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with all our latest episodes. And we've got more than just episodes. Join us on social media to be part of our vibrant community and keep the conversation going. Follow us, dive into discussions, and share your thoughts. Want to support the show and get some fabulous perks? Check out our Patreon page. Your support helps us bring even more great content and keeps the party going. Every bit helps, and we truly appreciate it. So, until next time, keep that mouthful.